what motivated me to go to college is I always wanted to go to college. I loved school. I went to an all-academic high school for girls. And was accepted to Penn State, and my family, they didn't have the money. My mother didn't have the money. I would have been the first one in my family to go to college, in my immediate family. And we didn't have the money, so I went directly to work. And then I got married and moved down here and was still determined that I was going to go to college, so I enrolled, and I'm here.
What motivated me to go to college actually was a coworker who would actually have applied, and they brought the paperwork to work one day, and it was all about the fatherhood program. And that's actually what got me into college.
What maybe motivated me was I got tired of wasting my life. I felt like that's what I was doing. I got tired of it. I feel like it was time to get to a point where I did something worth doing.
What motivated me to go to college is economics, partially. I actually had retired and thought that I would be able to live in another country on the retirement that I had, and then there was this major economic disaster in the United States, and it sort of impacted my income. I found out that all of the years of experience that I had didn't count in today's job market. I didn't have the degrees. I didn't have that piece of paper.
What motivated me to come to college was my family. Nobody finished high school or finished college, so I said, I want to be different. I wanted my niece and nephews, my cousins, whoever's after me to look up to me and say, Brittany went to college, she graduated, so I want to do the same.
I prepare for all my classes by going to class and finding out what books I need and what other equipment I need for class. That way I can just go to the store and buy them, and I'll be ready to go right away.
I prepare for my math class by getting the book and then have my older brother teach me what to do for the class, because I'm very weak in math.
If it's a test coming up, so what I do normally is that I go ahead and prepare for the test. Like, if I know that it's a test coming up next week, today I'm just gonna start doing like a little bit at a time until when it's time for the test, I don't have to cram everything in. So that's how I basically prepare for all of my courses.
I researched the class. I found out what books were required. I found out what was expected of the class. I found out what the class was, and then I researched the class online.
My study habits played a major role in me completing my educational endeavor for the simple fact deadlines are out there. So once my instructors assign assignments, post tests, or give me any notification that we had anything upcoming, I don't wait till the day before or 2 or 3 days before. I start my preparation from time I get them around. I go at it from the beginning. So if it's an assignment need to turn in, it's just me. I always like to go ahead and do my assignments and submit them in before the due date.
When I first met my advisor, I felt very, very welcome because I'm an early childhood student. That's not a common program for male students, and there's really not a lot of male teachers, let alone black male teachers. So I guess she saw that in me, that he'll make like he's a very talented young man to be a very good teacher. So all the courses that she selected, like Patrick said, they flowed, like everything went off without a hitch.
My program advisor just made me soar. She brought out, she told me which direction she should lay out my courses. She showed me what additional courses I would need. She encouraged me to get into different programs because I'm usually more to myself. She encouraged me to get active in the school.
I love the student support centers, but there's something that I feel that I have seen happen to other students, and particularly the black male student. That some, and also in some of the classrooms, some of the tutors or the instructors seem to have less patience with the black male student when they're not able to understand, to grasp it, when they need to have more time. And I've seen the male student say, okay, but I'm not getting it. But most everybody else in the class has gotten it, and maybe the rest of the class is 98% female or something, and there may only be 2 or 3 males in the class. And this one particular male is asking for extra help because they're not getting it. And I know that I myself have been to that point where I've seen that student ask. And when I keep pushing for my help, I've gotten it, but I've seen the instructor or the tutor not give that same that they gave to me to that male student, and the male student happened to be black.
I am a non-traditional student, and like someone else has said, I walked into a classroom and there were all these fresh out of high school students, and I thought, ooh, I'm in trouble. And I actually heard first heard the term non-traditional student in my learning support math class when I first came to the college. I wish I could remember his name because I just thought I would call him Almighty Math Teacher. Because, as I said, I struggled with math. And I think that learning support is fantastic for, I won't just say for the non-traditional, also for traditional, because if you didn't do well in high school, it gives you another chance to kind of catch up.
I love the math support services. I cannot say that enough. I had very good learning support instructors in the classes except for one instructor. And because of the tutoring and the student support services, I made an A in that class. It wasn't because of the instructor, it was because of the learning support services.
When it comes to faculty and staff and them being helpful, I can honestly say that it's a lot of faculty and staff that you actually know that's really there to see students grow and achieve all their dreams, and no matter what dreams they are, they're there to help you, and they're willing to go over and beyond to do whatever they need to do on their end to help you get to where you want to go on your end. And as a student, that's something I appreciated.
It's been great to be at an institution where you have faculty that's concerned, that gets involved, that's not afraid to say, step out there and try it, to push you a little.
Student orientation was really good when I went to it 2 years ago, but after student orientation, it was like there was nothing else. It was almost like you were lost, because they had you down in the conference center and they went through all this information and they put it out to you, but then you were just kind of thrown out to go to the building and figure out what to do next. I mean, the information given was really, really good, don't get me wrong, but once you left there was nothing, you were lost. It was like a fish, and when I said, okay, here it is, I'm pulling you out of the pond and putting you in another tank, you're on your own.
is that some of the classes that you need are never really offered when you need. Me, for instance, I've been trying to take one class, so we was in quarters. And we in semesters now. We've been in semesters for what seems like 6 years. But it's like every time I think I can take the class, requirements change, prerequisites have changed, and it's almost to the point where you feel like you're never gonna be able to take the class. And if I feel as if we just had more classes offered by a program of study, it'll be a whole lot better.
What drives me crazy is like when you win the scholarships, and what you have won, like the Rotary Scholarship, it's for the amount of $3,000. And every time I always turn my paperwork, all they want is your class schedule. So I turn it in before schools even start. I mean, each time I turn my schedule in a week to 2 weeks in advance of school starting. And I still have to wait 4 to 6 weeks before I can get my check. And you know what they tell me? Well, we gotta wait for a trustee to come and sign off on it. Okay, we don't have FedEx. You can't overnight it to the trustee. He can sign it, overnight it back to you, and I can have it less than a week, or at least 2 days. But every time, even still now, waiting on money.
The thing that is of concern to me, it hasn't driven me crazy, but it is concern, and that's a security issue. I travel by MARTA, and I have to go over to Memorial to catch the bus. And so I'm traveling through the back end of the school. And, well, the lighting isn't all of that great. I'm the student that's got to get out of class at 9:45 at night and walk across that lot, and usually the security guards are on the front end of the building. And I've got to go to opposite way.